Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathens that look like the heathens. And to the Akwath that are listening and learning, to you I say shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson of truth. And this is actually one of my favorite so-called Negro actors right here. All right, Orlando Jones. All right, and he played this role so well that he got fired from it. He got fired from the show because he spoke. Well, he did a little bit of ad-libbing, but he spoke true history, and it was so devastating because I did a video, on this a couple years back, and they, deleted my video. All right, because this scene hit so hard, and basically he confirms what we teach, that this blackness thing is made up, whiteness is made up. And he touched on that in this, and the reason I'm going into this is because I got this clown named Chase who posted this video on the internet. On TikTok with another clown, talking about black men are the weakest link when the world wouldn't be what it is today without so-called black men. This is a man who is ignorant of history and ignorant of who we are and ignorant of the prophecies. All right. And I just can't wait until the Lord silence the mouths of people like this. All right. It comes to the point where you almost want to lay hands on them just for being so stupid, for being such a poor representative of our people, not seeing what's going on, not acknowledging that. Matter of fact, let me get a scripture as to why our people are so lost. All right. I'm going to get a couple scriptures. I'm going to play a couple of these short videos just to prove points. But let's go to Hosea 4:6. Let's start there. We'll stick with the milk. And it reads, my people, all right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is another thing that a huge number of these so-called black people can't come to terms with the fact that they are bloodline related to so-called Hispanics and Native Americans. All right. And that, and that's Esau, Edom, the Cajuns have called, the so-called white man has, pitted your people one against another. Still to this day, but it's not working like it used to because the tribes are coming together. But Hosea 4:6 reads, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also will reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And that's why we're in the conditions that we're in. All right. We were cut off from our power, cut off from our heritage. All right. Jeremiah 17:4. And it reads, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever, which really meant a long time. Because if you're in tune with the prophecies, which I'm trying to get this young dummy Chase to do, so that he's not a dummy anymore. For now, he's a dummy until he acknowledges that he's a Israelite, until he acknowledges that his power is Yahweh Yahushai, and that he's not black, all right? And the name of the Heavenly Father is not God, it's not Yahweh, it's not Jesus, it's not Jehovah. Well, he's going to remain a dummy. He's going to remain black, void of light, void of understanding, ugly, crude, dirty, and all the other definitions and synonyms that go with black, all right? It says, matter of fact, let me go to Deuteronomy. All right, because it said we will become bywords and proverbs. What does that mean? Bywords, they will place other names amongst, upon us. We will not be known in the streets. All right, so to be the black is to be a nobody. That's why they're the weakest link. And the world knows, as he so ignorantly and boastfully said. It's even hard. I'm going to play some of the video. It's hard to even listen to. And the fact that they will put this up on TikTok, put it up on the internet, so they can be used by white superiorists and all the other nations that hate us. All right? This is Deuteronomy 28, where all the curses are. In the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, from verse 16 all the way to 68, describes the destruction of our people at the hands of Esau, Edom, and the other people. Esau, Edom being the so-called white man. And it started with what you're looking at. This is a scene from the movie American Gods, where this make-believe God, comes to these slaves on the slave ships and tell them that they just became black. All right. Oh, you don't know that you black. Well, but let me let you know you black when you're looking at a ship full of brown people. That's another thing. You are physically and visibly to the naked eye brown, but yet you call your dumb ass black. I hate you, black mother. Ooh, this is Deuteronomy. Why? Because these people keep us down. People like the one I'm about to play. But this is Deuteronomy 28, and I'm going to start at verse 40, because they refuse to listen. All right, so listen up. This describes a so-called black man, and in a lot of cases, a so-called native man here in America. All right, it says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Hence the reason why, so many Negroes don't own things in their own neighborhoods and stuff, but we used to. All right, I'm going to show you a little bit of history when we had that. When we were doing better than them in their own country after slavery, even after all the laws and everything that they put against us. And what did they do? They came against our people and they destroyed it all. They burned it all down. And they reassigned the land, the property, the bank accounts, and everything that was left of it to white people. Put us in projects and ghettos. Elevated the woman over the man. Gave the woman opportunities, jobs, education, and made sure that the so-called black male didn't get the same opportunities. That's what put us in the position that we're in today, dumbass nigga. All right. It says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. That's why we're on the bottom, dumbass nigga. Chase, whoever this dummy is in this video. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon, and if the name is a nomen omen, the nigga's name is Chase. So he running. He's a runner. All right. And I'm sure he was raised by he's so effeminate and emotional because he was raised by his single black mama who's exactly that, black. Just like Orlando Jones going to tell you in this video. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not to the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. This is how you're going to know who the children of Israel are. They're going to fall under these horrific curses and these horrible things. They won't own the banks. They won't own Hollywood. They won't own the media. All right? They're not gonna be that. All right? They're not gonna be in positions of power where they own and control things. It's just not gonna happen. Okay? So without any further ado, let me put up this painful video.
Black men are the weakest link, and the world knows it. Name the last time you seen the laws kill an unarmed Hispanic. Name the last.
That happens in America all the time, especially here in Chicago. Dumbass pork belly nigga.
time you see them kill an unarmed Jew? Name the last time you see them kill an unarmed Russian, Chinese, or any other race for that matter. But they killing us every day. Every day they killing us, man. They putting it on the TV and everything, man. Every day they killing us, and we ain't gonna do nothing about it. And they know we ain't gonna do nothing about it. That's why they keep doing it. But the moment somebody that look just like us have something negative to say on social media, the first thing we want to go do is spin the block. We'll kill him. We'll kill him. We talk all that noise about the white boy. Oh, the white boy weak, the white boy this. But guess what? Even he had enough nuts to go storm the Capitol behind what he believed in. We ain't gonna do none of that, and they know it.
Yeah, and we're not in the position to do that. And we can't do that. We're behind enemy lines under the curses. And it's beyond evident. Now, let's show you where he's wrong. You know what? I'll play this one first. Because it's a new day and a new time. 2 Ezra 15 and 16 are happening. It's not getting ready to happen. It's actually happening.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dave Savini. We have a lot of news to get to tonight, starting with 2 off-duty Chicago police officers who were robbed in the South Loop. It all happened around 11 Friday night. Police say a total of 3 women were robbed by a man with a gun on 23rd near Wabash. 2 of those 3 women were police officers. A police source tells us the robber stole their police stars, police IDs, and FOID cards, and then drove off on a motorcycle and has not been arrested.
That was not done by a so-called white man. So, the loudmouth dude was wrong with his barbershop knowledge. Okay? Now let's add some more correction to him. All right? When you became black. As a matter of fact, let's look those up in the Winston Simplified Dictionary. All right? Encyclopedic edition with biblical references, 1933. Let's look up black. All right? And it reads, without light, entirely without light, which means knowledge. All right? Isaiah 8:20 says, hold on. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, I believe it says. Let me just pull it up anyway. Isaiah 8:20. And it reads, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. All right, that's how Isaiah 20 reads. No light, no understanding. So black means to be without light, no knowledge, no understanding, which this guy clearly didn't have. All right, that you have a system that is against the so-called black man, which brought him down and destroyed him and held him down. All right, they just didn't show up there or become that. All right. America is great because of them. They're getting ready to have a hip hop nutcracker. They hate us, but yet they use everything that we have and our talents, our creative ingenuity. All right. Hell, I mean the damn near every important device that was made by our people. Damn near, including. As a matter of fact, you wouldn't have an internet and cell phone and GPS. The 3 things that are used more than anything today without so-called black people. That nigga need to shut up. All right? But let's go back to this definition of black, which he's being all that. Which I hope that he turns away. I hope he sees it and he, But, yeah, it says black. Entirely without light. All right. Then it goes on as a Negro, swarthy. Because see, they didn't used to call us black. They used to call us swarthy. But swarthy denotes skin color. Black denotes, threatening, clouded with anger, sullen, meaning you're dirty. All right. The opposite of white. All right. And white means pure. All right. It means good. So to be called black, you're being called dirty. Violent, nasty. Let's go to white. All right, let's go to white. it says, white, of color of a clean snow, opposite of black. Now let's jump down to definition 10. All right. And it says pure, innocent. 11, favorable, auspicious, harmless. All right. Innocent. And we know that there's been no more of a bloodshedder in the history of mankind than the so-called white man. All right. There's been no people on earth that shed more blood than them. All right. And they're really not white. They're red. They started calling themselves white here in America in 1681. They labeled themselves that. Okay, that's what they did. Let me, hold on. I just want to... Sun is starting to glare. Got a glare coming in. There we go. Just wanted to block that glare on the screen there. There we go. Much better. So without any further ado, one of the best performances that Mr. Orlando Jones ever gave, which unfortunately got him fired, right? Because his ad lib of history here. But here we go. Remember, in 1681 in Virginia was the first place in documented history where it was written into law that there was something called white people. And these same people who labeled themselves white, well, they labeled the Israelite male from the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, who came over here on the slave ships as prophesied, labeled them black.
Once upon a time, a man got fucked. Now, how is that for a story? Because that's the story of black people in America. Shit, you all don't know you black yet. You think you just people. Let me be the first to tell you that you are all black.
Yeah, like they just became black. But once again, when you look at their skin, they're all brown. Every one of them. Swarthy actually means dark brown, not black, not void of light. And if you look at something that's actually black, like a black marker, nobody's that color. No one on earth, no matter how dark they are. All right? Dark chocolate is still brown. Dummies.
The moment these Dutch motherfuckers set foot here and decided they white and you get to be black.
Wait, did you hear that? Let's take it back.
White and you get to be.
Hold on.
Set foot here and decided they white and you get to be black and that. Foot here and decided they white and you get to be black and that's the nice name they call you.
There it is. That's how this came to be. All right? What you have to understand is that when it comes to redlining and all the different horrific things that Jacob, like your chattel slavery, the Jim Crow, the black codes, unending white domestic terrorism, Ku Klux Klan, skinheads, the hanging, racist police officers still to this day. I could play you all kind of TikTok videos where the police are still beating down, murdering, falsely accusing, planting stuff on film on so-called black people. All right? The racial massacres. We're gonna touch on that. All right? Racial property seizures from those racial massacres of the drown towns. All right? The burning down of the towns, medical experiments, sharecropping, convict leasing, Homestead Acts exclusion, GI Bill exclusions, new deal exclusion, FHA mortgage exclusion. The FHA operated in a whites-only status for the first 40 years, all right? Contract buying, redlining, urban renewal, racial covenants, war on drugs, mass incarceration, ongoing police terrorism, and yet this pork belly dumbass nigga gonna say we the weak link. You've been made the weak link because you are the strongest dumb mother. Oh, I can't stand you 2/3 niggas, man. I can't wait till the Lord come and just and wipe you 2/3 niggas out, man. You bald face, no beard having, no knowledge having, running your mouth, putting some stupid ass videos up, you know, hurting the cause and helping the enemy.
A thriving black community where you can find refuge from discrimination and violence in the days when racism was at its peak. Such communities existed in the United States during segregation, and at least 200 of them were established by 1888. But as time passed, many of these communities disappeared from the map, completely erased from history. You may ask, how is that even possible? Why were these towns deliberately hidden and erased? And what can we learn from this dark and troubling part of American history? In this video, we will reveal some of the major black towns now hidden underwater or transformed into something else, and their black inhabitants displaced.
The evil history of the flooding of black towns. More than 25 of them are underwater and became so-called white paradises. All right? Lake Lanier being one of the most popular ones. All right? So because there's another video of this clown saying how we don't own nothing and blah, blah, blah. See if I can find it. Saying the same thing. We the weak link. Hold on. Let me find it.
For all the fragrance lovers.
Come on. I hate how that's the one thing I hate about TikTok. It just comes on and start playing shit. You know, you don't get a chance to choose or pick. Yeah, this one right here. Same pork eating.
Black men are the weakest link. We the weakest link, bro. And niggas ain't gonna want to admit it because it's too shameful, man. You know what I'm saying? We run around here calling ourselves kings and queens and all this other shit. We don't own shit. We ain't trying to build shit. We gonna come together and build together.
Now you got a system. I just gave you all the evidence and the information proving that the system is against you so that you cannot do that. They elevate a couple of you just to shut the rest of you up, to make you think that you have hope. But then you got pork belly, slow-minded niggas like this, with his nigga knowledge, that don't know nothing, that's hurting the cause and not helping it. But you know what? It is what it is, because there needs to be a 2/3. All right? There needs to be, 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die. And you got to label people like him among the 2/3. All right? I just presented all the evidence that there's a system in place to keep our people from doing that. And you got people like him, all right, this blaming so-called black people for Gaza. All right? Blaming black people for Gaza, for what's going on over there. Why? And you know why that is? Because we are the true people that belong in that land. And so somehow, this is from the video, what is it? The black people are being blamed for Gaza, what's his name? The Amazing Lucas. It's a pretty good video. I suggest that you watch it. This one right here is called "The Evils of a History of Flooding Black Towns." Okay. This one, well, that was from American Gods. Okay. Which is and that scene like there is literally one of my favorite scenes ever, and one of the best acting performances that Orlando Jones have done in his whole career. And like I said, he's one of my favorite actors, Judite actors of the modern era. He's a really good actor. All right. But once again, this guy's not acknowledging that there's a system in place that purposely held our people down. All right. The Jim Crow, the black codes, continual white domestic terrorism, the racial massacres, the bloody summer of 1919, all right, when they went across the country destroying all black neighborhoods and settlements, all right, burning them to the ground, and then, seizing the property, seizing the bank accounts. And so that means the courts, the law, the judges, the lawyers, the police, everybody was involved. Because when these so-called black people got dispersed, they came back to get their property, their houses, or their bank accounts. They got none of it. All right. Then they got dispersed into something called a ghetto. So the nigga The black man in America, the nigger, is something that was created by the so-called white man. He created that. And he can control that. He can't control an Israelite. That's why they so worried about us. He can't control the people that call on the name of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. So with that, I hope this was edifying and eye-opening. Shalom, Kwam Yasharallah.